The truth about why discipline feels impossible. Have you ever promised yourself you'd change, only to fail within days? You're not weak. You're not lazy. You've just been fighting against the way your brain is wired. Our brains are built to seek comfort and avoid pain. That's why skipping workouts, scrolling endlessly on your phone, or procrastinating feels so easy. It's automatic. Instant gratification is a chemical reward, a quick hit of dopamine that tricks you into thinking you're happy. But here's the harsh truth. This is why most people never develop true discipline. They're trying to fight biology with willpower alone. And willpower, well, it's like a battery. It drains fast, especially when life gets stressful. I want you to picture something. Imagine a marathon runner, exhausted at mile 20, muscles screaming, lungs on fire. What keeps them moving isn't just motivation. It's habits and training built long before the race. Discipline works the same way. It's not about forcing yourself in the moment. It's about building a foundation so strong that giving up isn't an option. And yet, many of us chase discipline the wrong way. We wait for a perfect moment, a burst of motivation, or some magical plan. Nothing comes. That's why you feel stuck. The secret isn't in trying harder. It's in understanding why you fail and designing your environment and habits to work for you, not against you. Here's a story. There was a man who wanted to wake up early every day to write. He tried alarms, sticky notes, even punishing himself for sleeping in. Nothing worked, until one day he stopped trying to force discipline and change his environment instead. He put his notebook by the bed, removed distractions, and created a small, non-negotiable ritual, just 1 page a day. Slowly, he built momentum. Discipline didn't feel impossible anymore. It became automatic. This is the first step. Stop blaming yourself and start understanding the invisible forces holding you back. Once you do, discipline doesn't feel like a battle. It feels like stepping onto a path that's already prepared for you, one small, consistent step at a time. But understanding alone isn't enough. You also need to tackle the biggest enemy of discipline, instant gratification. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. Breaking the cycle of instant gratification, we live in a world designed to steal our focus. Social media notifications, endless streaming, fast food, all offering quick hits of pleasure that make us feel good for a moment. The problem? Every time we chase instant gratification, we train our brains to avoid discomfort. And that's the exact thing discipline requires. Think about it. You sit down to work on an important goal, and your mind screams, do something easier. Scroll Instagram, watch a video, eat a snack. That voice is your brain protecting you from effort. It's doing what it's built to do. But here's the harsh reality. What your brain wants and what your future self needs are often in conflict. If you always give in, your dreams will slowly fade. So how do you break free? Awareness is step one. Notice every time you're choosing comfort over growth. Name it. Call it out. When you do, something powerful happens. You stop being a passive passenger and start becoming the driver of your mind. Next, create what I call a friction-free path to discipline. Make the hard things easier and the easy distractions harder. For example, if you want to write every morning, keep your notebook and pen on your pillow. If you want to exercise, lay out your clothes the night before. Want to stop scrolling at night? Charge your phone in another room. By designing your environment, you're no longer relying on willpower alone. You're letting your surroundings do the work for you. This is how you slowly retrain your brain to value long-term rewards over short-term comfort. But awareness and environment alone aren't enough. You also need tiny, consistent habits that compound over time. Discipline isn't built in a day. It's sculpted with small, deliberate actions that eventually create unstoppable momentum. In the next section, we'll dive into these small habits that actually build true self-discipline. Habits so simple that almost anyone can start today, and yet powerful enough to transform their life. Small habits that build unstoppable discipline. Discipline isn't a sudden lightning strike. It's a snowball rolling down a hill, gaining speed with size as it moves. And snowballs start small. The same goes for building self-discipline. It's about tiny, consistent habits that feel almost too small to matter until one day they completely change your life. Here's the secret. Don't try to overhaul your entire life at once. Pick one small thing and do it every single day. Maybe it's 10 push-ups in the morning, writing 100 words, or meditating for 5 minutes. That's it. Too many people fail because they aim for dramatic changes, get frustrated, and quit. Small habits, repeated consistently, compound into unstoppable momentum. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who wanted to read more. At first, he set a goal of reading 1 book per week. He failed. Then he shrank the goal. Just 1 page per day. 1 page. Ridiculous, right? But the habit stuck. Within months, he was reading 30 minutes daily. And eventually, finishing books every week became effortless. That's the power of starting small. Another key habit: do the hard thing first. Start your day with the task you're most likely to avoid. It's called eating the frog. The moment you tackle your hardest task, everything else feels easier, and your mind starts building discipline muscle. The more you practice this, the more your brain learns that you're in control, not your impulses. Consistency matters more than intensity. It's better to do 1 push-up every day for a year than 100 push-ups once and never again. The small actions silently reinforce your ability to stay committed, even when motivation fades. Finally, track your progress. Seeing a streak grow, even a tiny one, fires your brain's reward system. It creates pride, momentum, and the urge to keep going. Don't underestimate this power. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about showing up every day, no matter how small the effort. But habits alone aren't enough. To truly master self-discipline, you need a mindset shift, a way of thinking that rewires your brain to crave growth instead of comfort. That's what we'll explore in the next section. The mindset shift that changes everything. Here's the truth most people never admit. Discipline isn't a skill, it's a mindset. You can learn every habit, design every system, but if your mind isn't aligned, you'll always sabotage yourself. Real self-discipline starts inside your head. It begins with a simple but radical idea. You are the person who gets things done, no matter what. Not when you feel like it. Not when motivation strikes. Always. Imagine looking in the mirror and saying, I do what I say. I follow through. I don't quit. That mindset changes everything. Suddenly, discipline isn't about resisting temptation. It's about identity. You aren't trying to be disciplined. You are disciplined. Here's a technique that works. Visualize yourself as the person who never gives up. See yourself waking up early, finishing hard projects, saying no to distractions. The more vividly you imagine it, the more your brain starts believing it's real. Your actions will follow your self-image. Another mindset shift. Embrace discomfort as the path to growth. Discipline requires doing things you don't feel like doing. The resistance you feel, that's exactly where transformation lives. Most people avoid it. The disciplined thrive in it. They learn that pain is temporary, but the results last forever. Also, stop seeing failures as setbacks. Every time you slip up, you gain data. You learn. You grow. Discipline isn't perfection, it's resilience. It's the ability to get up every single time you fall. The people who master self-discipline aren't flawless, they're relentless. Finally, make discipline non-negotiable. Stop debating it with yourself. Stop asking, do I feel like it today? The moment you remove choice, you free yourself. Discipline becomes effortless because it's no longer optional. It's part of who you are. In the next and final section, we'll discuss how to turn all these habits, environment tweaks, and mindset shifts into a way of life. So discipline becomes unstoppable, unshakable, and permanent. Turning discipline into a way of life, discipline is no longer a struggle when it becomes your identity. It's not something you do, it's who you are. Imagine waking up each morning without debate, without negotiation, without internal resistance. You don't need motivation. You don't need a push. You simply show up every day for yourself. That's the power of turning discipline into a way of life. Start by linking your habits into into a system. One action naturally leads to the next. Your morning ritual isn't just one task. It's a chain: wake up, hydrate, meditate, write, exercise. Each link reinforces the other, creating a rhythm your brain craves. The more seamless your system, the less effort it takes to maintain discipline. Next, embrace accountability. Tell someone your goals. Track your progress publicly. When you know someone else is watching, your commitment deepens. Even more powerful is accountability to yourself. Journaling, habit tracking, and weekly reflection. Discipline thrives on clarity and consistency. Remember, setbacks will happen. You will stumble. But the key difference between those who succeed and those who fail is what they do next. A disciplined life isn't flawless, it's resilient. You get back up, adjust, and keep moving forward. Every small victory compounds. Every consistent action shapes your character. Celebrate the small wins. Every day you show up, every moment you resist the easy path, you are sculpting your future. Discipline transforms you not overnight, but gradually, like a river carving a canyon over years. Over time, your habits, mindset, and environment converge to create an unstoppable force within you. Finally, remember this: true discipline is contagious. As you master yourself, you inspire those around you. Your life becomes proof that anything is possible when you refuse to quit. Comment below if you're ready to take control. Share this with someone who needs it. And above all, don't quit. Your disciplined future is waiting.